Hi, this is Mohammed again from IBISS Co. Today I'm going to talk to you about the capital gains tax. How does it work and who are liable to pay it? What are the CGT rates? Um, what sort of exemptions and reliefs are available? So I'm going to talk today about this. So what is capital gains tax? Capital gains tax is the tax when you pay on the disposal of your property. The capital gains occurs when the market value of the asset is more than at the time of disposal when you have actually acquired it. I.e., let's say if you bought a property 10 years ago, it costed you £100,000, and after 10 years now you are selling it for £200,000, so your gains is £100,000. So who does pay that? All the individuals and they are subject to CGT, which is capital gains tax. However, limited company, they do not pay tax. Instead of capital gains tax, they pay normal corporation tax, which might be 20% or 24%. It depends upon the the profits where they fall in. Mainly your land and buildings and as well as shares and business assets, including goodwill, are subject to CGT. The assets which are acquired before 31st March 1982, their cost is usually taken to the value on that day, i.e. 31st March 1982. Meaning, if someone has bought a property, let's say in December 1970, but at the time of disposal or at the time of CGT calculations, we will not take the value when they have acquired 1970, but however we will take the cost which was at 31st March 1982. Yeah. So what other costs can be included at time of capital gains tax? It is the incidental cost of acquisition, i.e. if you have paid any stamp duty, you have paid the cost of solicitors or surveyors, so that can be included. Any expenditure you have incurred on the enhancement of, i.e. any major repair, maintenance, or the improvements a person does on, so that will include in the cost. Incidental cost of disposal, at time of disposal, if you are hiring a surveyor, you are hiring a solicitor, or you are hiring a estate agent, or any sort of expenses which are incidental to the disposal of the property or the disposal of the asset, that can be included. Other tax reliefs and allowances available. The capital gains tax is 28% for the high rate taxpayer, i.e. if your income falls within the high rate bracket, then you have to pay CGT at the rate of 28%, otherwise 18%. If you are selling a business asset, so you may qualify for entrepreneur relief, so which means your effective rate of CGT can reduce to 10%. So we can help you which are the assets which are subject to ER relief, i.e. entrepreneur relief. So whereby rather than paying 28% tax, so you will pay 10% tax. So what sort of the reliefs are available? I can just briefly explain that. Number one is rollover relief. It allows you to defer the CGT on a gain of a business asset, where this is matched with the replacement of a new business asset in the period commencing 1 year before and ending 3 years after the disposal. Meaning, let's say if you have bought a business asset 12 months before the disposal, so the value of the acquired asset, the gain you are making on the disposal of your existing asset, can be adjusted against the cost of the asset which you have acquired either 12 months before or 3 months within the disposal. So this is called as rollover relief. Another relief is called as a business incorporation relief. If you are a sole trader and you are incorporating into a limited company, the gains you're going to make in the goodwill, on the disposal of your sole trader business, so that gain can be adjusted against the value of the shares of your new acquired, your new formed company, limited company. So this is called as business or incorporation relief. Likewise, there's a third relief called holdover relief, which means, sometimes a person gifts an asset to someone. So, so the gain will not be subject to CGT unless that person disposes of that asset which is being gifted by the taxpayer. I have already explained about the entrepreneur relief. This is a further relief, whereby the effective rate of CGT can reduce to 10%. So these are the rates. Now I can talk you about the capital losses. Any capital loss you make during a tax year can be carried forward and can be adjusted against the capital gains you make in future, but you cannot carry back your capital losses to claim against your previous tax years. So, if you have made, so there is a time limit, where you can notify the HMRC within 5 years of your making any capital losses. You need to notify to the HMRC so that can be carried forward in the future and capital losses always be adjusted against the capital gains of the future, not any other income. You cannot really adjust your capital losses against any income. Capital losses can only be carried forward and can only be adjusted against the future capital gains. And furthermore, there is an annual exemption available which is up to £11,000, meaning if a taxpayer is making a gain up to £11,000, so there will be no CGT application on that individual. I can talk about which are the assets which are exempt from CGT. Normally, house where you are living, this is exempt from CGT. Your personal car, any gain on the personal car is exempt from the CGT. Non-vesting asset, meaning any assets whose proceeds £6,000 that are exempt from CGT. Most of the chattels, the business chattels, where their life is decreasing, so that is also exempt from CGT. If you have earned any money from bettings or so those are the assets, these are not subject to the CGT. Life assurance policies in the hands of the beneficiaries as well as the original owner, they are not subject to CGT. Company reorganizations and takeover for share exchange is also exempt from the CGT. Disposals within the spouses or within the civil partner is also exempt from the CGT. At IBISS Co, we have a lot of experience, actually extensive experience in dealing CGT, whereby we have advised a lot of our clients, and they have benefited, where we have claimed in a lot of cases entrepreneur relief. I can give you just a small example. A client of ours, they had 4 different shops, and at the retirement age they wanted to dispose them off, and their previous accountant he recommended them that this will cost them 40%. But when they came to us, we managed to claim entrepreneur relief on the disposal of 4 shops, and whereby in reality they have saved 30% tax, and actually they only paid 10% CGT, i.e. entrepreneur relief. So we have a lot of experience, not only in that sense that the rate can be reduced, but there are other reliefs, as I mentioned before, rollover relief, the rollover relief, incorporation relief, holdover reliefs are available. So please call us on our number which is shown on the screen, so we can help you reducing your tax bills. Let me just just a final note. CGT is payable through the self-assessment regime. i.e. which is payable alongside with the income tax bill by 31st January following the end of tax year. At IBISS Co, we have a numerous number of years experience in dealing the CGT. If your circumstances are such that you're subject to CGT, looking into your circumstances, we could save you hundreds and thousands of pounds in the CGT. And we are offering 2 hours free consultation. Please call us on 0208 664 8096, and we will definitely help you in reducing your CGT bill.